Check, check, check. Okay. There. No, maybe.
There you go.
Check, 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 check. Okay. Yeah, I may have another one in my car, but should be good. Check, check, check. Okay. Check, check. Gonna work. Check, 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 check. Okay. Check, 1, 2, check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Dang.
Like that.
Custard.
That's weird.
I'm here. I can help you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Plainsman Park. Welcome into a kickoff of the Northeastern soccer season here on the NJC Athletics YouTube page. I'm Ben Blacka, the voice of Northeastern Junior College, and our coverage on the Eastern Plains Sports Network all season long of various Northeastern sports. We kick it off today with the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen and North Idaho Cardinals. The Plainsmen coming off a year last year where they went 3-5-3 on the season. They came within a point of making the postseason, did the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. North Idaho, meanwhile, a 12-win year last year. One of the more prolific offenses in the nation for the Cardinals during the 2024 fall season. The Northeastern Plainsmen will be in the white uniforms with the gold stripes across the front. They'll be going from left to right from our vantage point in this opening half. And North Idaho in the maroon will be going from right to left. North Idaho with the opening possession after taking the kick. The Plainsmen will be changing a little bit of their offensive scheme this year. I guess if you want to define it as something, the Plainsmen are playing a more 3-4-3, although it is truly almost a 1-2-5-3 offensive formation. Very offensive-minded two wingbacks that are going to get into the mix on the offensive system for Coach James Westfield and the Northeastern Plainsmen. And they do have the three forwards, one primary striker today for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen, and then two others on the forward end of things. The Plainsmen last year, they had a lot of games where they put up clean sheets and what have you in contests, but struggled to score on a consistent basis, did the Northeastern Plainsmen during the fall of 2024. They had, I believe it was 2 different games that were scoreless draws last year, and the Plainsmen came up with the most draws in the program's history as they came into fruition in 2011. We are playing on the western field here at Plainsman Park because of a sprinkler issue on the primary field today. I haven't actually played a competition game in season on this pitch in about 13 years here on the North Campus, the Applied Technologies campus here at NJC. Starting lineups for the Northeastern Plainsmen are brought to you by Northeastern Junior College. From Plains to Possibilities, Northeastern has the educational path for you. njc.edu to set up your tour today. Between the pipes for the Northeastern Plainsmen, the sophomore from Italy, Samuel Neri. Neri had a great year last year for the Northeastern Plainsmen. At one point, a 260-minute shutout streak, 3-5-3 on the year, 71 saves with a 125 goals against average. All very good numbers with a good work of numbers in front of him. The rest of the starters for the Plainsmen are Hugo Brett, Ollie Veda, Eduardo McCull, Oliver Strickland, Mateo Verdame Russo, Harry Marr, Liam Henneberry, Warren Mondelaars, Philip Barta, and Alec Cracknell. In between the pipes for North Idaho is Indra Suarja. He is a sophomore and was their primary goalie last year during his freshman campaign. I believe he was between the pipes for all but one of the team's wins last year for the Cardinals. Daniel Gutierrez, one of the forwards, and Mohamed Fadel Fall, the other that are working in the middle of the pitch. Plainsmen take it away, and Liam Henneberry, the freshman from Australia, will work it up. He tries a cross, but the cross comes up short of Philip Barta, the Slovakian freshman for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Ball rolls out of bounds right near midfield in this first half of action. I think one of the biggest keys for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen this season is going to be their consistency offensively. That was, as noted, one thing they struggled mightily with last year, did the Northeastern Plainsmen. 4 minutes in to this one. Throw-in comes off the near side from Hugo Brett. He's one of the wing backs that works up into the offense for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Ball headed out of bounds for Northern Idaho by Isaiah Ben on the near side. Brett will toss it in once again. This toss is controlled in the middle of the pitch by Oliver Strickland for the Northeastern Plainsmen. He's going to work it all the way back. It'll roll on Samuel Neri as Mohamed Fidel Fall will give chase for North Idaho. Long ball forward, one in the middle of the pitch by Sebastiano Cassini. For North Idaho, he hits a cross onto the far side for Judah Strait, who chases down toward the corner, but not enough before it rolls out on the end line. That leads to a goal kick for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. Key to the contest and key to the season for NJC, again, that offensive consistency. They were very good defensively. When you bring back a goalkeeper like Samuel Neri, you know what you're going to get out of him. Goal kick headed out of bounds far side. It will be Northeastern throw right in front of their own bench. Just maintain defensively, especially with the confidence of using 3 center backs for Coach James Westfield, allowing those wing backs to be able to strike up, like here where Samuel Neary's throw in a crossover near side to Hugo Brett. He chases it down, turns and kicks it off onto the foot of Harry Marr, who spins back to his left. He crosses it over onto the far side for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. 6th minute or so in this first half. And then it's taken away by Lorian Eretz for North Idaho. Eretz rolls it forward to Mohammed Fadel Fall, and he tries to find a streak up the far side of one of his midfielders, but missed the foot of Judah Strait, and it rolls into the Plainsman bench. Throw in the middle, one away on a 50-50 by Harry Marr, but then it's tackled away and a cross back for North Idaho, Leandro Andricic. He can't control it, though, before it falls out of bounds about 20 yards off the end line. Throw in for the Plainsmen, immediately headed away for North Idaho. Kaysen Pintler tried to turn. It was taken away by Brett, forcing a cross that's headed around. Lennox Kerr rolls it down into the corner, slide tackle attempt to take it away for Russo for the Plainsmen. Fails in doing so. Work across the middle, ball footed out, knocked down near the top of the 18, and then chipped away on the entrance in from Gutierrez. Plainsmen look for a quick counter with Philip Barta coming near side. Ball off Barta and then tumbles out of bounds as Sam Carbonier sealed him off and prevented the run in. So Plainsman unsuccessful 9 minutes into this first half on an offensive strike. North Idaho works down the near side with Cassini hitting a cross that sails over the head of his intended target, Fidel Fall, toward the far corner. Chase given between Strait and Northeastern's Russo. Russo ends up clearing it back out toward the center of the pitch. Carpet Comfort Center has the largest selection of flooring in Northeast Colorado. The flooring you need with professional installation. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling. Ball off the throw near side one for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Chip across and a cross back near side. Plainsmen too wide of the intended target, and it will be a North Idaho throw. Plainsmen look to take shape on that aggressive defense in the midfield with the new numbers they have put together. Plainsmen will have a lot of bodies in that midfield, should be able to win those balls at any given time. You could have 5 bodies in the middle of that field if you're the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. Take one away, one of their center backs working. Rolls it back on Neary for the Northeastern Plainsmen. 11 minutes into the opening half, scoreless between NJC and North Idaho in the season opener. North Idaho starts the season ranked 19 in the nation in the NJCAA polls that came out to kick off the year. Obviously coming off a 12-win year, you like those teams that are coming off those good years. Good fight on the far side for the Plainsmen. Russo winning the battle with Strait. Ball launched out of the back corner for NJC. A battle ends up with Barta, the Slovakian, on the pitch. He gets back up, finds Brett. Brett enters in on the offensive end of things. Brett tosses it far side for Cracknell, who's working that left front forward. It's Taken off his foot by Lennox Kerr, freshman defender for North Idaho, and out on the far side. Plainsman with the throw in front of the Cardinal bench. Tossed in, chested down. Henneberry turns and tries to work toward the left corner. Far side from our vantage point. North Idaho takes it away with Lorian Eretz winning that one. Big cross up and a pursuit for Cassini working up the left side as Fidel fall across the middle. Cassini enters in left side of the 18. He knocks it in, and our first save of the game goes to Samuel Neri. Neri with the save on the first shot on this afternoon. The shot was, let me find the number, and I'll be able to tell you. Yes. We have a Plainsman down to the left of the goal ahead of our first corner of the game. Scoreless in this first half. Both sides kind of feeling one another out and figuring out where they can work offensively in what they're doing. The Northeastern Plainsmen have good numbers this year, maybe not as many as they had 5 or so years ago, where you were trotting 36 out on a team on any given time, but got a good 20 to 24 available to them at any given time. Plainsman player is up. That was Eduardo Mitcull, the freshman from Italy, who was down defensively for the Plainsmen. So it's a corner kick near side for North Idaho. Lorian Eretz, the sophomore, will be putting the right foot into it, bending it toward the goal. High corner kick headed up and wide right of the goal with no contact. That's kind of a tough spot to be in for goalkeepers, these near side corner kicks in this game. Because the west is behind us, you're looking directly into that sun as the corner kick is being put into play. Plainsmen have shown a willingness to put a boot into it on the goal kicks this year. Last year, the Northeastern Plainsmen just kept everything on the ground. The sub for the Plainsmen on the injury, Dash Fowler, the sophomore from Australia, is in as one of the 3 center backs now. Too far in front with the ball, and a goal kick or goal collection from Swaryana goes out right in front of us near mid-pitch. Scoreless are the Plainsmen and North Idaho Cardinals in this opening half. North Idaho takes it away. Working it into the 18. Battle for the ball, and Plainsman player ended up on the pitch, so the foul was whistled on North Idaho. So off the whistle, the Plainsmen will put the boot into it again with Samuel Neri. One on the 50-50 near the middle of the pitch by North Idaho, and they quickly build once again. Eretz working onto the far side. He finds Straight, who works right side of the 18. Tries to get a little footwork working it in, and the ball's taken away by Russo for the Northeastern Plainsmen, but then he overshoots his intended target, and the ball right back to North Idaho. Quick entry forward, but offside was Cassini, who had the shot in the game. So the Northeastern Plainsmen will take it back. Our coverage all year long on the Eastern Plains Sports Network made possible by Stubbs. Sports fans, when you're traveling, you have that one stop that has it all. I-76, exit 66A in Wiggins. Stop by at Stubbs. Goal kick past the midfield stripe. Cracknell will end up with it on his foot. Work it back and try and find an angle to pursue one in. Strickland flutters it far side in front of the Cardinal bench. Turning a push forward for the Plainsmen in search of Barta, but Barta was a step behind the defender and he was whistled offside as well. So both sides with an offside. The one shot in the game coming about 9-10 minutes in. We are scoreless between the Northeastern Plainsmen and North Idaho. Plainsmen will be in action on the road next week, then back at home next weekend. Plains women tomorrow at 3 o'clock will take on Cochise. We played Western Wyoming earlier today, and I believe that was a 1-1 draw for them. Plainsmen take the ball away. Big work up the near side. Hugo Brett picks it up 35 yards from the end line. Working with his right toward the 18. Tries to cross it in. It's chipped up by a foot. Good defense there by Carson Pintler for the North Idaho Cardinals to prevent the offense from pursuing. Plainsmen keep the hot pursuit on the ball. Trying to find offense and nothing working after no defensive shape, where Mondelaars, a sophomore from Belgium, smartly foots the ball into his own bench. Allow everybody to get back on the defensive shape because you have Brett forward. He's one of the wing backs that are those defensemen that jump up into the offense. Give you a couple different bodies you can strike on there. North Idaho works the ball across the field near side, finding Eretz. He works with the left toward the 18. Near the top, he fires one wide right of the goal, and no save necessary that time by Samuel Neri. Sub in for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Returning is Eduardo Mitcal, the freshman from Italy, who was down with the injury earlier. Got himself worked out, so he's back in with that center back defense. He's on the left side of that center for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Plainsmen take the ball, working up the far side with Russo. Russo across the middle finds Oliver Strickland. Strickland back to Russo. Foots it just wide of his intended target, and the ball cleared out to the center stripe by the North Idaho defense. They'll try and build something on top of that. Judas Strait. Here the midfield pitch being hounded by Matteo Verdama Russo. A little foot forward from Strait and too wide of its intended target. It will be goal kick for the Plainsmen in Samuel Neri. Do you have time on there?
Yeah. I do, but I forgot to. So I'm like.
What is it, roughly? 20 About the 29th minute of this opening contest of the year for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Scoreless between North Idaho and Northeastern. Ball rolls out near the center stripe. There were both a maroon and a golden white striped jersey at the center stripe battling. Plainsmen will get the throw. They try to work off that left side, footed away by the North Idaho defense. Strickland turns to roll in the corner. Taken away. Strickland and Strait for North Idaho have had a heck of a battle going on right now. Ball across the middle, and Oliveda, the Sophomore defenseman just rifles it deep far corner. Give a little bit of a breather for that defense, as North Idaho hasn't really been able to build a consistent offensive fire, but it's got a lot of pace when they do get into that front half of the field. North Idaho rolls it all the way back on their goalkeeper, Indra Sawarna. Sawarna forward, Philo Fall heads it near the midfield stripe, and nobody behind the Plainsman and Eduardo McCall. So he fires it out on the near sideline. North Idaho with the substitution. Seat taken by Dylan Bingham for them. He's replaced by Amani Contreras. Throw in for North Idaho in this opening half. Just the one shot on, 2 total shots taken this afternoon, both by North Idaho. Throw in rolled in to Kasani. Kasani gets it taken away. A little floater foot is just gobbled up by Neri in the box. It was headed wide left of the goal, and he just swallowed it down. Plainsman will try and build on the pitch as they work from the back instead of over the top. Haven't had as much success offensively as one would like, but ball taken away again. Through ball just rolls harmlessly in on Neri once again for NJC. Zero-zero, North Idaho and NJC. Header near the center stripe. Battle for the ball. Cracknell for NJC will take it. Nobody to turn a run, so he works it backwards. North Idaho is kind of wrecking havoc in the middle of the field and takes the ball away after a couple touches to try and build it in. Big ball launched forward for the Northeastern Plainsmen, rolling to the right of the 18. Chased down on the near side by Pintler on the defensive end of things. Plainsmen get the ball back in the midfield. Annaberry off to Strickland. Strickland crosses it over to the near corner looking for Hugo Brett. Brett crosses it into the middle, footed toward the goal, and just saved on the take. Philip Barta with a great take after the Brett cross. And the save by Sawarna gets the first Northeastern shot on in the game, and it will give them a corner kick here as well. The Plainsmen work the corner out of the near side with Oliver Strickland. Better than halfway through the first half now. Strickland is going to take the ball off the near corner with his right, so working out toward the top. High float to the far side of the 18, just over the head of McCall. McCall tries to chase it down on the far side. He ends up on the pitch. Will be a foul called and a kick far side, probably a couple paces off the line, and 22 or so out. The Plainsmen have a different look. No, they say it went out on that, so no kick. It will be a throw for Cracknell, taking it in that same spot. He throws it in, header up by the defense. Hugo Brett slips and takes a tumble and can't chase the ball down. Typical August day here in Northeast Colorado. Soft breeze, mid-90s. Got up to 97 at one point today. Cooling down a little bit with that breeze, and as the sun goes down on this Thursday afternoon, Plainsmen try and big a ball forward near side for Hugo Brett. Unsuccessful. North Idaho tries to take it away. Plainsmen tackle off their foot. Plainsmen will roll it all the way back on Samuel Neri. Neri launches out toward the midfield line. Cracknell, soft foot off far side, and the Plainsmen will counter and build back up, but the ball's misfooted, and it will be a North Idaho throw in front of the Northeastern bench. 0-0 between number 19 North Idaho and the Northeastern Plainsmen, NJC and NIC. Foul on NJC on the throw-in as Eretz ends up on the pitch thanks to a forearm and a hand to his back. Give North Idaho a chance to pursue forward. Get some bodies toward the top of the box. They had the first shot on goal in the game, but it's been about 18, 19 minutes since that happened. Kick headed out on the end line. Plainsman had Barta as a big body up in there, the Slovakian freshman. Didn't have any help behind him, so it'll be the second corner kick of the game for North Idaho. Off the near corner, and again, Samuel Neri will be looking into that sun on the kick. All three corners have come off the near side. Goalkeepers and defenders trying to find that depth, looking directly into the setting sun. Header off the corner kick in. Ollie Veda headed it up high. Defense takes shape, worked out to the near corner for North Idaho, into the box. Ball sailed high of the intended target in Carbonier, and it goes out on the end line. So neither side able to succeed on their corners. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen and North Idaho will take a break in a scoreless game with the Water and the Heat. Zero-zero ball game in the opening half of the first match of the season for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen. North Idaho and NJC both have got their shots. Each side has had a good look that has been saved by the goalkeeper, and we remain scoreless in this contest. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen, no changes on the water break. We'll have the goal kick. North Idaho, I believe, kept their 11 on as well. I don't see any changes for them on the pause. Oh, there is one. Ben Ennis, sophomore, does come in. Big ball launched forward. 26 or so minutes in. To the first half. The Plainsmen haven't had as much offensive firepower as one would like, given their aspirations this year. On the backside, a foul and a big launch forward, and the ball just has to be cleared out by North Idaho goalkeeper Indra Suwarna. Plainsmen will get a throw-in off the near side. North Idaho immediately takes it away. Good bit of defense by Kason Pentler. He's been working that left back, one of those wing back positions for the Cardinals. Launches it forward to Lennox Kerr, and Kerr, who's the right wing back, getting in on that offensive piece as well. Kerr hounded for the Plainsman by Oliver Strickland. All forced off, and where Mondelaars now steps up to take it away. Mondelaars tries to work himself forward for the Northeastern Plainsman on the far side. He chips it off to Barta. Barta with the cross to Hugo Brett on the near side. Too wide of Brett, and he's able to chase it down just before it comes to the near side, but then Brett slips and falls, trying to turn and pursue back. Plainsman form shape defensively without him as he's slow getting up and trying to hobble his way back into the play. Took a little bit of a stinger there. Ball right near the midfield pitch from McCall for the Plainsman. Got a foul as Mohammed Fidel Fall attempted to work his way up, and Fidel Fall had too much contact with Oliveda. Big launch up forward, ball chested down by Cracknell. Works to his left, pitching across the far side, and the defense steps in. Lennox Kerr stepped in front of the opportunity of Filip Barta, the Slovakian freshman, and just fired it out on the end line. So the Plainsmen will get their second corner of the game. Corner for NJC will come from Oliver Strickland. Plainsman bunch near the top of the 18 as Strickland is taking the right, so he's hitting an out-swinging shot. Ball into the 18. Can't be pulled down for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Run down for North Idaho and run up on the far side from Lorian Aerts. Aerts gets it taken away. All launched up on the near side, onside on the work for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen, and a lot of contact as Filip Barta attempted to turn and make a move in, and nothing doing. Plainsman bench appears to have gotten a warning for the displeasure of lack of call in that spot right there. Goal kick comes out to the midfield stripe. Plainsman will battle and win it up. North Idaho heading it forward, now foot up high on the far side from Oliveda. Keeping it up in the air, working far side where Mondelaars. He give possession up defensively. Ball worked into the far corner, then chance and a takeaway for the Northeastern Plainsman in Henneberry. Henneberry gets it wrestled off his foot on the far side. Roll back out toward the midfield pitch, and Drew Hansen. Hansen on the cross near side. Toward the goal, the work is fired across. In and a foot out defensively on a take that never got through. Chested down but kept possession for North Idaho. Kason Pentler working into the 18. He rolls it across. Contacting the ball taken away as Gutierrez attempted to make something. Plainsman didn't have anybody running forward, so North Idaho, with their defenders up near the center stripe, quickly knock it back down and in. Samuel Neri for the Northeastern Plainsmen. And just roll it out onto the far side. Battle for the ball won by North Idaho and Lorian Aerts. Aerts being hounded for the Northeastern Plainsmen by Liam Henneberry, forcing it off. Crossover near side, ball knocked down. Work across the middle for North Idaho. Chipped into the top of the 18. Ball knocked away. Bodies hit the turf. Plainsmen turn and take a run. Russo running forward, gives the ball off to Henneberry. Strickland right near the center stripe. He ends up taking a tumble. With the aid of a Cardinal player, Plainsman feign the quick restart and then back off. The official will have conversation with Fidel Fall for North Idaho, who'd walked across the restart attempt by the Northeastern Plainsmen. Each side with a good take. Each goalkeeper with a good save. Ball forward for NJC. Barta ends up on the pitch. North Idaho takes it away. Ball launched forward and rolls out on the near touchline. We remain scoreless between North Idaho and Northeastern. It's the opening match of the season for both clubs. Ball launched forward and out on the near line once again. North Idaho will have the throw. Ball tossed in on the near side. Ball knocked down off the throw on the far side. Plainsmen near the top of the 18 and a chip up to the near corner. Daniel Gutierrez. Gutierrez gives it off to Pentler. Pentler with a cross in near the top of the 18. Plainsmen get a piece on the pursuit from Ertz. Ball rolls in, footed out before it gets through on to Neary once again. Plainsman defense not letting a lot get through right now. Part of that defensive juggernaut, if you will, that they were at times last year. Better Electric covers all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. North Idaho with a throw near the Northeastern bench. Ball out off NJC once again. North Idaho of Lennox Kerr with the throw near the Plainsman bench. He'll now be given the okay to put the ball in play. Plainsman will immediately take it away with Liam Hannaberry. Hannaberry a little too wide of his intended target, Cracknell. Slip on the pitch as well, Oliver Strickland. Force it back on Samuel Neary. Cracknell, the intended target, and we will get a stop here and potentially Carbonier with the aggressive forearm to the back. It will just be a warning. The official does not reach for his pocket, so it'll be a Northeastern kick near the center stripe and allow them to maybe try and turn the tables forward, each side with a shot on and a save to put us in this scoreless position right now. Harry Marr, the freshman from England, is the one that puts the right into it, and he rolls it down toward that left corner off the head of Lennox Kerr, who was baited into a 50-50 battle with Russo, and Russo just backed off and let the ball go off the North Idaho player and out on the far touchline. Throw in for the Plainsman, launch toward the 18, footed down by Barta as he puts it out toward the top of the 18. Brett heads it up, back foot attempt in by Hannaberry. Knocked down by North Idaho and cleared out. Bicycle kick forward. Cracknell tried to back off and look to a counter to the far side. It's taken away by Contreras. Contreras then gets it taken away. Big ball launched forward and headed up near side. Be a Plainsman throw. Still scoreless as we approach halftime. For subs of Ernest for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Had the one in the injury early. Takeru Yamakaze, one of the three that are coming in. Will Newell, the freshman from England, on the pitch. And Luca Mami for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Mami, a goal and an assist last year. Did not garner the start today, but I expect him to be a big part of this Plainsman roster this year. North Idaho get the throw after the ball goes out off of NJC. Mami knocks it down. Luca works it back, and a big ball up the right side for Hugo Brett. It goes out off the head of the defense of North Idaho and Pintler. Brett. Toss in off the near side. Backed up. Working toward McCall. And off to Oliveda. He tries to launch it forward to Hugo Brett, unsuccessful in finding his foot or head, and it sails out on the near touchline. Relatively uneventful first half when all is told. Yamakaze knocks the ball down. Off and in on the near side. Yamakaze turns, looking for a cross. He puts it forward to Newell. Ball across the middle. Knocked in. Big shot fired up by Yamakaze. High and left of the goal and out. So a good take, but doesn't turn it on frame for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Uh, 11. Goal kick for North Idaho. They've been stagnant offensively the last 15. Ball headed up off to the big goal kick that went 2/3 of the way down the field. North Idaho quickly corrals it, but then the Plainsmen take it back. Hugo Brett attempting to dribble his way through, and it's taken off his foot by North Idaho, but too hot for Cassini to be able to handle as it rolls out on the near line. The Plainsmen will take the throw. No work out of the back. Let Neri do some work. Battle on the midfield. Newell turns and runs it up near side, and he was offside when the ball was played. Got to be in front of the last defender not wearing the goalkeeper uniform when the ball is played, and Newell was not. He was by the time he played the ball, but it's not about where you are when you play it. It's about where you are when it's put into play. All knocked down off the big launch forward for North Idaho. Plainsmen gobble it up. Rousseau run it far side. Rousseau looking for a cross. He finds Newell. Newell can't back foot it near side to Hugo Brett. Nukamami takes it down. Plainsman onto the far side, but again offside after the ball was quickly returned back in. Oliver Strickland could not chase that one down. Could not stay on as he chased that one down. Just a few more minutes remain in the opening half. We remain scoreless between NJC and North Idaho. North Idaho made a change with Luke Levitt coming on. The time the Northeastern Plainsmen brought their three subs in. North Idaho will make a Another change here as we approach to halftime as well. That is Jacob Molina that will see action for the first time this afternoon. Throw in for North Idaho on the far side. Turn in a sprint toward the corner, but the ball's taken away for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Nothing able to turn out of it. Luca Mami will turn and look to run the pitch. He has far side, looking for help with him. Crosses it across to Oliveda. Knocked down Yamikaze at the center pitch. Conversion, though, for North Idaho. They take the ball away. North Idaho working it up. Samuel Neri trying to seal, and the ball high on the shot for North Idaho. Cassini shot, but not on. Have a Plainsman down once again. Does not appear to require a trainer this time. See if NJC can't close this first half in a strong way. Been able to find their footing offensively through the second part of this first half. Minute and a half left in the opening half. Samuel Neri will put the boot into it at midfield. Ball battled for by Yamikaze. Yamikaze then is shown the yellow card as he took down North Idaho's Daniel Gutierrez. So his first of the year. He picked up one last year in his freshman campaign here in Sterling. Did the sophomore from Japan. North Idaho will get as many bodies forward as they can, try and close, and especially as soft that they'd been offensively the last 10-15 minutes. They got a shot high of the goal last time down and now have a chance to get all their bodies forward as Isaiah Ben, the sophomore, will put a foot into it. Ben into the box, right of the goal, header up, stays right of the goal and out on the bay end line. Samuel Neri put the boot into it for NJC. Find across the middle in Oliveda. Veda rolls it far side, and Plainsmen don't really appear too committed to doing much offensively in the closing minute of this first half, but then quickly spring into action. Up the far side, they look for Will Newell, the freshman from England, but it's too far of him, and it's footed out toward the end line, and that will end the first half prior to the Plainsmen getting the corner. Scoreless as we had the halftime between NJC and North Idaho. Opening soccer game of the season on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Plainsman Park, scoreless at halftime between the Northeastern Plainsmen and the North Idaho Cardinals. I'm Ben Blecka. Each side, they had their chances in the first half. Not an overwhelming amount of chances. It was not a super offensive game, but they did have some good looks in the first half. Each side with a save. Samuel and Neri with a save on the lone shot on from Sebastiano Cassini in the 9th minute for North Idaho. Plainsman got a shot on in the 21st minute from Philip Barta that was saved by Indra Sawarna. Each side got 2-3 other shots on. I think there were 5 total shots in the first half, or shots, but not shots on, just the 2 that went on in half number 1. As we head to the second half, things will change. You'll have North Idaho going left to right and the Plainsmen going right to left. Equitable Savings and Loan wants you to borrow your money and do your banking. People you know and people who know you, stop by one of their locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. Plainsmen back to their starting 11 for the second half. Brett Veda McCull, Strickland, Russo, Marr, Enneberry, Mondelaires, Barta, and Cracknell had 15 total see the pitch in the first half, did the Northeastern Plainsmen. Pretty consistent in their defensive end of things, though, with what they want to do. They are set. Looks like maybe they've made a little bit of a change to their form, using more of a 3-4-3 type formation. A little bit of a modified with a striker up and almost 5 total layers to the attack. Looks like now maybe they've gone to just 4 layers. Almost a 4-2-2-2. The opening minute of this second half. North Idaho working down the far side with Cassini. Cassini toward the end line, and the ball went out off of Cassini. So Plainsmen will have the goal kick after the quick run forward for North Idaho. Plainsmen will build off the ground in the second half. Didn't have a lot of success through the air. Quick touch taken away. Goes out near side, last touched by North Idaho. Throw forward footed down by Barta for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Then goes out off of him. North Idaho with the drop in to Aerts. Had a nice, aggressive first half. One of the returning sophomores for this North Idaho team that won 12 last year. Plainsmen battling for the ball on the far side of the pitch, and foul whistled ultimately on North Idaho that gives the Plainsmen the ball back. Cross across the near side, goes skipping out behind us. A quick throw feigned for North Idaho from Judas Strait, but no bodies forward. So it'll take some time to build up. Strait will chip it forward to Philel Fall. Down onto the near side for Ertz. Cross out, and the ball blocked by the Plainsman defense from Oliver Strickland and off the sideline official. Deep, deep throw in for North Idaho. Just underway in the second half. Working toward the near corner, looking a short again, knocked down for the Plainsman defense. Footed out toward the near side, a little bit further out throw this time for Aerts. Looks to me for the Northeastern Plainsman like Oliver Strickland had to go fetch a shin guard that came out as a part of an exchange earlier in this half. 0-0 our tally between NJC and North Idaho. Off the end, Lennox Kerr attempting to foot it forward, and Liam Inneberry gets in the way and knocks it out. So North Idaho elect to build on the pitch from the back. Reversing field and trying to counter to the far side. Slipping while he tried to plant and launch it forward was Kason Pentler, who probably had the most steady first half of anybody on either side. Really was able to create some offensive chances for North Idaho. Battle near the midfield, won by North Idaho. Fidel Fall have it at the middle of the pitch and put it back to Kerr. Kerr working off that wing-back defense and too wide of his intended target, Judas Strait, to build anything. Good thought, maybe just a little loose on what they're putting together. Playing on the west field here at Plainsman Park. Typically games are played on the east field. Water issue on that pitch has rendered it unplayable for this weekend. So back on the pitch where Northeastern soccer got its start back in 2010, 11, and 12. Not played a game on this pitch since October 2012. They've played games, they've done scrimmages and that kind of thing, but actual and NJCAA sanctioned contests, they haven't been here for almost 13 full years. It's held up well. Had some pretty good bounces. Ball knocked down. North Idaho will pick it up. Ertz trying to work it forward. He doesn't have good spacing with Judas Strait, and the ball goes out on the end line. It was last touched by NJC, so a third corner of the game for North Idaho. Gonna put a card on one of the North Idaho players. A yellow will go on Judas Strait. So each side has had a yellow. Takedo Yamakaze got the yellow for the Northeastern Plainsmen near the end of the first half. About the 50th minute or so of the contest. 0-0 our score. None of the previous four corners, two for each team, have resulted in a shot on. Outswinging corner this time for Lorian Ertz. After receiving the card, Judas Strait exiting. Replaced by Armani Contreras. Ertz sails one high, header, bangs around in the box and knocked into the back of the net. That goes off the foot of Ben Ennis. He will record the goal off the corner for North Idaho, and they score the first goal of the game. I believe Fidel Fall will get the assist on that. He was the one that touched the ball off the corner, knocked it down, and then it bounced around. He could potentially have been credited with the goal. I didn't see if it was a North Idaho foot or if it was an NJC foot that ended up putting that into the back of the net. But it's a goal nonetheless for North Idaho, and they lead 1-0. Just underway in the second half. Still plenty of time for NJC to work with. Cracknell off the start, trying to sprint down out of the near corner. Gets it taken off his foot. Out toward the midfield. Mandelaires heads it down. And then he'll be whistled for the foul as he battles for possession with Mohamed Fidel Fall. 51st minute goal from Ben Ennis. First goal conceded this season. NJC last year did not concede. They had 4 shutouts last season from Samuel Neri, 2 scoreless draws, and 7-0 and a 1-0, I believe, were the 4 shutouts they had last season. there were several instances where Samuel Neary did not have to do a lot of work because of the defense in front of them. There were other games where he had to do a ton of work, and that's kind of a tough spot to be in as a keeper. There's a North Idaho player down getting his ankle examined right now because ostensibly Neary had not faced a shot on in about 45 minutes. It was maybe a little bit less than that, 43 or so from where he made the one save in the first half. And really the remainder of North Idaho's shots in the first half, the 3 shots they had, but only the one, or 4 shots they had, only the one went on. The other 3 weren't even really close. It was, 10 feet high of the goal, 15 feet wide. I mean, yeah, you ramp yourself up and that kind of thing, but it's really kind of tough not getting into a rhythm when you have a defense the caliber that NJC has displayed in front of him, and that ball just kind of got loose in there. And a goal we'll credit to Ben Ennis. He was the one celebrating as the result. Long kick toward the top of the 18 for North Idaho following the foul. Lennox Kerr put the boot into it, and Neary gobbles it up. Plainsman will rifle it forward. Ball footed up high, but too hot off the restart from Neary for Russo to handle. 1-0 the score for the North Idaho Cardinals, the number 19 team in the nation. And a lot of expectation for NJC inside Region 9 this year. There's a lot of great teams back. Otero, WNCC, L-Trip, Casper. They all bring back a pretty heavy load. I mentioned Otero already. Ball crossed across the middle and knocked down. North Idaho works it in, but NJC makes that offensive threat short-lived. NJC, who finished 7th last year, 1 point out of the playoff picture. Really, of the 6 that were in there, there's only one of those teams, Northwest Wyoming, that graduated more than about 6 or 7 guys. So this is going to be a pretty deep Region 9 this year. This early test, I think, is an integral spot for NJC. Battle for the ball right in front of us, and ultimately ends out last touched by North Idaho. We'll get a stoppage, and a card will be shown to the North Idaho bench. Ahead of NJC's throw. Ten minutes into the second half or so, 1-0 North Idaho with the advantage on a 51st minute goal. Ball footed forward looking for Philip Barta. Barta was a step behind that last line of defense. And the ball was put forward toward him, so North Idaho will take it back. Boot put into it. High out toward the center stripe, header up, and a foul whistled on North Idaho. Plainsman will quick restart, try and work down the far side of the pitch. Hugo Brett turning to make a move. He's helped down once again, so a second consecutive foul, this time a slower restart for the Northeastern Plainsmen as they are in the offensive half, with a chance to get more real estate for their offense. Ball sails wide of the intended target in Russo. He over-pursued. Ball last touch is sailed out on the near side from North Idaho, so NJC gets a deep throw in. The offensive side that will be taken by Ware Mondelez. Mondelaires launches it into the 18 over the head of the intended target. Turn and a fire with the left for Barta. It bends out. Nobody to chase it down far side on the NJC side. North Idaho turns and looks for a run. Foul on a attempt to take the ball away will stop things. That's actually better for NJC because it thwarts the numbers that North Idaho had put together. That foul happening there. The Plainsmen only had 2 back after many of their bodies forward. North Idaho, after too quick of a restart, will change their mind again and slow things down into who they're going to put it into play with. It will be Drew Henson. Launches it up forward, back spinning, headed down for the Plainsmen. Ball wrestled away by Kerr. Plainsmen not letting the entry come in pretty aggressively. Ball chipped forward. Ertz down on the near side. Hard tackle to keep the ball up for Russo and force Ertz to slow things down. His cross knocked down and cleared out 35 or so from the back line for North Idaho. They'll rebuild. Turn onto the foot of Pentler. Pentler down into the corner for Cassini. Cassini hits a cross, header up into the back of the goal. Cassini serves it in. Ertz knocks it through. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen now trail 2-0. This time on a good set a piece from Cassini to work it across, and Ertz knocks it into the back of the goal. So a corner kick leads to a goal. Another work down, left foot across, and a header in. And the Northeastern Plainsman defense just didn't push North Idaho off that axis inside the box. And frustrating after a solid first half defensively where you really thwarted a lot of North Idaho's chances. Both of North Idaho's pushes forward have led to goals in the first 15 minutes of this second half. Now down 2-0 are the Northeastern Plainsmen. All cleared out toward the center stripe, and Plainsmen will get a throw after North Idaho loses it on the end line. Ball chipped forward. Up far side, Hugo Brady knocks it down, working with the right. He crosses it, just missing the left post. Great take for Hugo Brett. Plainsmen, the most dangerous time to score is first 5 minutes after you've scored, just simply because you can rest a little bit on your laurels, especially when you're looking at a team that had put 2 in within a 5-minute span for North Idaho. You go, okay, we're up 2-0 now. We're good, and the Plainsmen found that seam and that strike, but couldn't turn it on. Goal kick out toward the middle. Fidel Fall will win it, albeit briefly. Oliver Strickland will come up with it. Back it out to McCull. Ball goes out on the far side. Last touch by North Idaho. Throw forward onto the foot of Barta for NJC. Barta has 3 defenders with him and just cannot find the room. He's whistled for the foul, trying to create some. 2-0 the score. Our coverage and our scores on the Eastern Plains Sports Network are made possible by Rudy's Tires. Several locations across the area. They've always got one close by. Rudy'sTires.com for more information. Rudy's Tires brings you Eastern Plains Sports Today, weekdays at 1 o'clock on 1010 KSIR. Plainsmen boom a big ball forward and get a whistle as one of the Plainsmen was behind that last line of defense. So North Idaho will take that kick back toward the far corner. not as aggressive in their offensive pursuit anymore. Fidel Fall has been lifted for North Idaho, and Daniel Gutierrez is now playing in that third forward position. No, he's not. Fidel Fall was just back on the midfield on that previous one, getting a short breather. Plainsmen boot the ball forward on the far side, footed up high by the North Idaho defense. Fidel Fall knocks it down. Verdami Rousseau will end up with it on the near side after it's launched forward by Mitkull. North Idaho loses it out. Amani Contreras couldn't work with it. Throw in lost immediately for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Fidel Fall using his big frame in the middle of the pitch to work the ball up, and we have a North Idaho player down, Daniel Gutierrez. He chasing that ball down, gets up without a whistle. He'll get back into the play. Ball rolls out on the far touchline. 2-0 North Idaho. Second half. Plainsmen with the ball knocked down on a crossing attempt, quickly corralled for the Cardinals. Midfield ball won by Harry Marr for NJC. Marr boots it over far side. Hugo Brett attempting to chase it down, just can't speedily enough get there to be able to push it forward. Sub on for North Idaho, we'll see Ivan Leon. Check in. Throw in North Idaho. Header up. Convergence of bodies. Cracknell come away with it for NJC. Quick restart at the middle after a whistle. Ball booted out on the far line. Throw for the Plainsmen into the box, and the ball goes out on the end line. It'll be a corner for Cracknell. He'll take it from the far side for NJC. Cracknell going to hit an out-swinging ball once again for the Northeastern Plainsmen. It's knocked down in the box by where Mondelaires works out to the far side. Brett, he'll sail it up in, headed by the defense for North Idaho. Bounces out on the near side, chested down, ball rifled near side, knocked off the foot of Mars. Strickland picks it up. He crosses it in, footed back out toward the top of the 18 by North Idaho, and they'll quickly counter on that push for NJC that, again, unsuccessful in producing a shot on. Plainsmen scurry back defensively and force the ball out to slow the pace once again and allow the bodies to get back following the corner that had both wing backs forward. Plainsmen have a sub at the box. Believe that's Yamazaki, pardon me. Plainsmen take the ball away on the throw, try and mash through the middle with Cracknell. Oh, North Idaho player was down in Federico Belsian, and the Plainsman tried to rifle it forward as the whistle was blown, and it banged off his shoulder, well downed on the pitch. The Whistle was a foul, so it's a North Idaho kick. Up 2-0. Approaching the halfway point of the second half. Kick will be taken by Drew Hansen, the sophomore. Hansen puts it into the 18. Header down, and Neary will make a save this time off the header. Ben Ennis with the shot. Second save of the game for Samuel Neary. Thank you. Stays 2-0. 4 shots on, 2 saves, 2 goals. Philip Barta works left in, tried to quick give back, did Henneberry. It's taken away by Eretz, who had the assist on the second goal for North Idaho. Eretz chips it off, high reversal of field, far side, headed away by the Plainsman defense. Slows things down and then ultimately works the cross across to the far side to Bingham. Bingham spins to his left. Couple bodies take a tumble. Then a second tumble, and the foul is whistled on North Idaho on the second tumble. Plainsmen let their 3 center backs work with it, where Mondelaar's the left of those center backs. Threads it through. It's footed down by Ennis, the goal scorer, in minute number 58. Ennis foots it forward. Oliver Strickland, nice little bit of work in the middle of the pitch. Strickland chips it forward but sails it wide to the left of Verdemi Rousseau. The Plainsmen will get a pair of subs on. As Cracknell and Henneberry take a seat, Yamazaki and Luca Mami, the 2 that come in off the bench. Ball footed down off the North Idaho toss near side, and NJC will possess it. Header on the through ball. North Idaho will take it away from Leon. Then he gets it wrestled away by Harry Marr. It'll be a Northeastern throw near side. Oliveda out of the back. Near side. Russo spinning, and ball goes out off of him on a battle with Amani Contreras. Plainsmen have definitely shown a sense of urgency offensively after giving up the second goal. First one, they didn't really get that push there, and now it's getting a little too aggressive as where Mondelaars throws an elbow to the back of Jacob Molina. (2-0) North Idaho, opening match of the season for both clubs. North Idaho's playing Lamar tomorrow. Northeastern Plains women are playing tomorrow against Cochise at 3. .25 or so out off the near side into the box. A header attempted, a swing and a miss. Out on the top, a through ball gets through and saved again by Samuel Neary, his 3rd save of the game. That take came from Luke Levitt, number 20. Ball launched forward for NJC, wide right of the goal. They pushed a little too hard on that pace. It's a goal kick for North Idaho. Boot comes out after it's returned back, and the Plainsman attempting to get into position, and Verdami Russo was forced off. The Plainsman Take it back. Quickly reverse field far side to Hugo Brett. Brett knocks it up. It's attempted to clear out for North Idaho. Second entry in, cleared down once again and collected by Harry Marr. Marr goes back to Brett far side but misses him wide right. North Idaho turns and over pursuit defensively by McCull, and McCull commits a foul as North Idaho tried the run. No card coming. Pretty aggressive tackle there. The foul will give NJC time to retreat for their defensive shape. Long kick in, swallowed up by Samuel Neri. Nicholas Sanchez taking that ball in. That's the fourth save of the game for Samuel Neri. 6 total shots on for North Idaho. NJC still stuck at the 1 shot on. That was a good 45 minutes ago, and we've hit the halfway point of the second half. Take a break. 2-0 North Idaho. Two 2-0 back at Plainsman Park as the Northeastern Plainsmen trail North Idaho. 19 minutes remaining in the contest. Plainsman off the restart following the water break. Try a crosser in. It's knocked down. Nash Fowler will come in for NJC on the water break and be one of the defensemen as Samuel Neri. He boots the ball up. A header out on the near side by the North Idaho defense. Plainsmen trying to pick something up. They still have not had a shot on goal, has NJC, in now 56 minutes of this game. They had a shot on that was saved in the first half. It's been 56 minutes since they put a shot on. Stagnant offensive piece, and that was something we talked about with this Plainsman team, that they were hoping to be different this year than last, to avoid those long stretches. They'd score in the first 5-10 minutes of a game and then lose it 2-1, 3-1 because they couldn't really consistently get anything on. You want to close strong here. If you're in JC, you've got some experienced guys on there. Luca Mami lost the ball as he tried to turn and make a run down the right third of the pitch. It's a North Idaho throw off the far line. Mami will take it back though. Luca through ball looking into the box. He finds the foot of Yamazaki. Yamazaki can't quite get contact with it. It's gobbled up for North Idaho by Swarzana. Ball kind of bouncing what ended up being harmlessly. Couldn't Bring form on there. Luca will take the ball away out near the midfield stripe after North Idaho had the first touch following the boot. Plainsmen to build on that right. The ball's wrestled away for North Idaho by Luke Levitt. Levitt then gets it taken away. Cross to the near side, way short of the intended target, Russo. They've not been able to work him into the offense consistently today. They've missed a lot of good looks toward him. He hits a crossing piece that comes up short of his intended target. Then the ball takes a hard hop and bounces forward. North Idaho trying to reverse field with Bingham, but then he plays the ball too hot down the pitch. So Plainsmen take it back with Hugo Brett. Ball bounced up forward. Battle for it. Fired in just right of the goal once again. Takedo Yamazaki. That's 2 shots in the last 5 minutes for him after NJC had been silent offensively for better than 50 minutes. The sophomore from Japan's been the one that's been able to create the most out of that striker position. Even if you can't find the 2 goals to equalize and get a point out of this one, if you're NJC, you need to get something offensively. You have to find the back of the net or at least a couple more good shots to feel like you've taken something away from this opening game of the season. Header off the goal kick goes out, last touched by Matteo Verdame Russo, the freshman from Italy, for the Northeastern Plainsmen. North Idaho drops it in, quick foot forward. Ball bounded up and bounces out on the near touchline. 2-0 North Idaho. Plainsmen next in action on the road next Tuesday. They'll be at home next Saturday and Sunday. Plains women are at home next Sunday after playing at home tomorrow, and I think they might even be home like Thursday next week. Won't have every game with play-by-play of the home games. I'll be here for the women's game tomorrow. I'll be here for the Saturday Region 9 games at home for NJC. 6th-ranked Northeastern Plainsmen volleyball team also on our coverage map, and of course we'll be headed with them to Laramie County Community College next week, and they're headed down to New Mexico Military Institute for a tournament this weekend that begins tomorrow. Off the near side, Russo knocks the ball down where Mandelaires tries to thread it forward. North Idaho just launches it. Nobody back offensively. You have a 2-0 lead and less than 15 minutes remaining. You'll just take the counter opportunities. Good save on a terrible play by Neri outside the 18, and Oliveda just had to slide tackle one forward to prevent a wide open, unfettered net. We get a foul on a scrum near the center stripe as the Plainsmen are whistled with McCull on the touch. North Idaho has actually put a shot on from the center stripe today, one of the 4 saves that Samuel Neri has. This ball into the box, bounces through. Header attempted by North Idaho and Jacob Molina, but he never made contact, so the ball just harmlessly rolls in on the goalkeeper. Ball booted forward for NJC, but it was a loss out on the far touchline before that big touch came forward. Excited to see the opening games of the season for these Northeastern soccer teams. Disappointing from the 1-loss record last year. The caliber of opponent they bring in, we saw Cochise and Western Wyoming play to a 1-1 draw earlier today. So Cochise Obviously a very talented team on the women's side. This North Idaho team, ranked 19th in the nation, really gives you a good litmus test of what this team can be. And I've seen some shining moments for this NJC squad. I think maybe the most shining has been Takedo Yamazaki, who continues to chase out of that striker 10 spot after coming in late in this second half. He's had 2 shots, 1 on. North Idaho turns, trying to thread it up. It's headed up out of the back line where Mondelaars will wrestle it free. Mondelaars forward to Russo. Russo can't quite get the hop to Mammy, the fellow Italian. Goes out off of North Idaho in the defense of Amani Contreras. Russo will drop it in under 10 to go. Still 2-0 North Idaho. Footed toward the 18. Luca Mami takes one away, turns and fires it up and knocks it into the back of the net. Ball fumbled away, and Luca Mami fires it in for NJC to get them within 1. They're down 2-1 now after Luca Mami took a soft entry on the left side of the box off the foot of a North Idaho player and finds the back of the net for the first time in 2025. Luca scored a goal last year and gets a goal here unassisted. About the 81st minute, we're guessing. So 80th minute, 81st minute. That was pretty good in my head. I did some math there. Luca Mami off that nice entry from Matteo Verdame Russo. Ball went off of North Idaho before it went to Mami, so no assist for Russo. Boot by North Idaho off the restart. On the goal, knocked down for NJC. North Idaho will wrestle it away with Molina. The Cardinals trying to take it up, and Molina, after giving the ball up, went hard into where Mondelaars and was whistled for a foul. So NJC, less than 10 minutes remaining, now down 2-1. Try and build from the back and find the equalizer. Step up the near side from Dash Fowler. Ball knocked in, forward for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Hard chase given by Will Newell, but it's dove upon by Swarana, the sophomore goalkeeper. Plainsmen have only had 3 shots on the entire game. The last one going in, 5 total shots for NJC. North Idaho has 8 total shots, 6 on, 2 have gone in. Ball taken away, Luca Mami in the middle of the pitch. Mami turns, gives it forward to Newell, threads it forward for Hugo Brett, who's giving chase down the right side of the pitch. Toward the corner, he'll be outrun by North Idaho, and the Cardinal defender will clear it back out on the far side. A throw in by the Plainsman bench, where Mondelaars will take the throw. Backs it off. Finds Brett once again. Hugo has played every second of this contest. Working with his right, entering toward the 18 on the end line. Ball rolls out on the end line. Last touched by North Idaho. NJC will get a corner kick. And it appears for the first time in the game they're going to set up for an in-swinging corner kick. They've gone with the out to try and get the header down and in. Corner will be taken by Oliver Strickland. Bunch of bodies taking up real estate in the box. A lot of physicality as the Plainsmen try to find the equalizer, down 2-1. Strickland with the left. Bends the corner in, header up high, over the top of the goal from Philip Barta. Got a great look off that corner, just couldn't quite get the head on top of it to flick it down, though. Ball goes out on the end line, and a couple North Idaho subs as they will bring in a couple key defenders in Federico Belsi and Judith Strait. For the closing minute, less than 10 to go in this. NJC down 2-1. North Idaho goals in the 51st and 58th minute. NJC's goal in the 80th, a foul on a battle for the ball. North Idaho player ends up on the pitch as Berdame Russo converged hard on the ball with the just re-entered in Federico Bellisi. Kerr, it's a big boot toward the 18. Ball knocked down for North Idaho. Hard, great, aggressive defense for NJC. Out of the backside, and where Mondelez takes it away, Luca Mami feigns the touch, and then Kerr rifles it out. Plainsman will make a substitution here in the closing minutes. Goal kick for NJC as that ball did go out on the end line. Ukamami remaining in. NJC will bring Liam Henneberry in. So 4 forwards now for the Northeastern Plainsmen. As Yamazaki was the one that was replaced. Plainsmen will bring Harry Marr out of that midfield role, that center mid, and try and get him in on the offensive piece. Hard tackle, hard collision, and a card will be shown for NJC to Ollie Veda. He gets his first of the year. He had 3 last season as a defender. You're going to get a few cards defensively, just from the nature of having to play that physicality, and that was just a bit too aggressive physicality for Veda. (2-1) North Idaho, the number 19 team in the nation, has had control of this second half, but NJC getting a strike to get back within 1. A foul 27, 28 yards off the end line. Out square on. 2 Cardinals hovering over it in Gutierrez and Hansen. Appears that Gutierrez will be the one that will take it. 4-man wall set up in front. The ball's rifled in off the wall, and a diving save by Samuel Neri off that wall. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen get the save and still keep themselves alive and a chance to find the equalizer. Out near midfield where Mondelaar is trying to chip it up, sails it over the head of Luca Mami and toward the North Idaho bench, and they'll take their sweet time trying to get to the spot. Card will be shown to the NJC bench. So each bench has been carded this afternoon, now evening. Throw in for North Idaho and a quick run through for Gutierrez. Foul called on NJC trying to prevent his penetration, and it'll be a far side kick. 25 or so yards off, but a pretty extreme angle as Samuel Neri tries to set up the wall. Just 2 men on that angle. Back in for North Idaho comes Lorian Eretz, who had the assist on had the goal, which is the deciding goal right now. It's Lennox Kerr on the far side that will get the touch after the quick start on the take. Ball forced out off the Plainsman down in the corner. North Idaho with the 2-1 advantage. Doesn't have to really aggressively go for anything, just has to possess the ball and milk the clock. Plainsmen try to wrestle it away again. It rolls out on the far line. And again, North Idaho will saunter toward the ball slowly. As Eretz gets the ball wrestled away. Plainsmen turn and try and work through. Ball knocked off the foot for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen of Will Newell. And then Newell trying to get it back was the last touch before it went out on the far line. Throw in for North Idaho. Plainsmen knock it down. Cardinals pick it up, work far side, thread through, bounces off a Plainsman defense, and then Neary picks it up. Neary sailing it forward. Rousseau trying to sprint through the defense. He foots it forward. Off the leg of a defender. Henneberry trying to pick it up. Ball cleared out on the near line. Rousseau will take the throw, down 2-1 for NJC. Rousseau forward and wrestled to the pitch for NJC was Barta. So the Northeastern Plainsmen have a kick. 25-26 off the end line. Lukamami will be taking it. The wall will be marched off. Plainsmen will build toward the right half of the 18. All their bodies as Mommy's attempting to direct traffic. Closing minutes, down 2-1 are the Northeastern Plainsmen to number 19, North Idaho. Lukamami puts the boot into it. Ball knocked down, goes off a foot. It was a North Idaho foot that it went off, so a corner off the near side for the Northeastern Plainsmen. Harry Marr, the freshman from England, walking the corner on the near side. Stoppage with a lot of physicality coming in as the Plainsmen try and get something off the corner. Marr puts the boot into it. Low line driver off the outside of the frame of the goal. And that good offensive push closes with a whimper for the Northeastern Plainsmen, still down 2-1. Offense was ignited by 2 shots by Takedo Yamazaki on nearly halfway through the half, and then Lukamami with 10 minutes remaining finds the back of the net off an entry. North Idaho will have a throw on the near side. Will stop. Lennox Kerr will throw. Knocked down. Battle for the ball. Goes out. Last touched by NJC. North Idaho, another throw, this time deeper into the zone. They'll again stop the clock. North Idaho will make an exchange, bringing back in Mohammed Fidel Fall. Fidel Fall, who got the assist on the first goal. Still 2-1 North Idaho. Kerr drops it in. North Idaho will funnel it out deep on the right corner, and it'll be a very deep throw-in for NJC. They've got to push in this closing time to find the equalizer. Plainsmen aggressively working, lose the ball. Footed up high. Samuel Neary picks it up. Neary going to put a boot into it and just launch it as far forward as he can. Overshoots everybody. A long chase down on the far side for NJC by Will Newell, but he was unable to get it there. North Idaho quells that offensive chance. Big boot back out. North Idaho managing the possession the best they can to secure the win. Their first of 2025. Big boot up. Samuel Neary picks it up. Neary, he puts the boot into it. It's taken up by North Idaho and Eretz, who has what is right now the deciding goal. Eretz cross to the near side for Judas Strait. He rolls it in, and Samuel Neary picks it up. Big ball up, again footed high in the air by North Idaho near the center stripe. Plainsman trying to take it away and foot it up. Far side, ball takes a hop, and Will Newell can't chase it down. Stop the clock again in the closing minutes with them attempting to chase down the ball. Plainsman with the throw near the center stripe. It's an equipment issue and potentially an injury here to Ollie Veda as he's hobbling his way toward the sideline. Veda will come off the pitch. The Plainsmen go with just 2 defensemen there now as Alec Cracknell comes back in. Add one more bit of offense. Header forward. Knocked back. Mondelaires hits a high ball up near side. Russo knocks it down. Russo attempting to spin away. Great wrestle. He comes up with the possession off of Judah Straight. Russo tries to foot it across as sails off a North Idaho player. They turn and counter back the other way with numbers. Rolled forward near side. Judah Straight. Straight working in, stepping in defensively, and a corner will be conceded by Dash Fowler, who quickly scurried back and funneled it out on the end line. And North Idaho will take as much time as they are allowed setting up this corner as the precious seconds tick off the clock in this one. North Idaho 2-1 is the score. 2-1 is the final. They will not have to take the corner. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen got back within 1 on a Luca Mami goal in the 80th minute. But 2 goals by North Idaho in minute 51 and 58 were all they needed for the win. 2-1 the final score. North Idaho tops Northeastern. Thanks for tuning in to Northeastern Soccer on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.